John has written his Gospel so that we might believe that Jesus is the Christ, the Son of God. And as a consequence, he has focused on the issues and the debate that raged. John was witness to it. People had to make up their mind whether to follow Jesus or not. And in particular, he's given us 4 chapters, chapter 7, 8, 9 and most of 10, which dealt with his visit to Jerusalem at the Feast of Tabernacles 6 months before he was crucified. Here he taught in the temple, and people were amazed at his teaching, but his critics found fault with his teaching and claimed that he wasn't true, he was a deceiver. Jesus claimed that he was from heaven and from God, but they said, no, he's a Samaritan. He's not true to God. He's not even a true Israelite. Although they could not find any fault with him that was credible, they manufactured one, that is, that he healed on the Sabbath. Therefore he was not of God, because God doesn't work on the Sabbath, which of course is nonsense. His integrity was demonstrated at the beginning of chapter 8, when they challenged him concerning a woman taken in adultery, who, according to the law, should be stoned. And Jesus didn't discount the law, but he also didn't stone the woman, saying, "He who is without sin, let him cast the first stone." And none of them was prepared to declare that they were without sin, and therefore justified in judging this woman on this matter. And it was not his time to judge her. He gave her the opportunity to repent, saying, "Go and sin no more." After they had taken up stones to stone him, he passed through the crowd and encountered a man born blind, to whom he gave sight. And when this man was brought to the Pharisees, they were faced again with the matter of whether Jesus was good or bad, whether he was from God or whether he was against God. They were divided in their opinion, but the majority view, we do not know where this man came from. This man who testified to Jesus' healing and came to the conclusion that he was a prophet from God, and marvelled that the Pharisees couldn't recognize he must be from God, because no man can do these things without God's help. They threw him out of their fellowship. But Jesus found him, said, "Do you believe in the Son of God?" He said, "Who is he, Lord?" "I who am speaking with you." "Yes, I believe." And he worshipped him. This leads us to chapter 10, where Jesus summarizes the whole situation, saying that sheep recognize the shepherd's voice, and those who do not recognize the shepherd's voice are not the shepherd's sheep. Jesus declares himself to be the good shepherd, and the characteristic of the good shepherd is that he lays down his life for the sheep. So we read from verse 11 of John 10. "I am the good shepherd. The good shepherd gives his life for the sheep. But a hireling, he who is not the shepherd, one who does not own the sheep, sees the wolf coming and leaves the sheep and flees. And the wolf catches the sheep and scatters them. The hireling flees because he is a hireling, and does not care about the sheep. I am the good shepherd, and I know my sheep, and am known by my own. As the Father knows me, even so I know the Father. And I lay down my life for the sheep. And other sheep I have which are not of this fold, them also I must bring. And they will hear my voice, and there will be one flock and one shepherd. Therefore my Father loves me, because I lay down my life, that I may take it again. No one takes it from me, but I lay it down of myself. I have power to lay it down, and I have power to take it again. This command I have received from my Father." Therefore there was a division again among the Jews because of these sayings. And many of them said, "He has a demon and is mad. Why listen to him?" Others said, "These are not the words of one who has a demon. Can a demon open the eyes of the blind?" My name's Arthur, and I thank you for joining me as we consider these words. The application of this parable is that the Pharisees are the hireling shepherds. They have responsibility for shepherds, but they are more concerned about themselves than they are about the sheep. Jesus, as the true shepherd, is completely committed to his sheep. Therefore, he is prepared to lay down his life for them. The hireling shepherds are not prepared to lay down their life. Part of their reticence of acknowledging Jesus as the Lord is their concern to maintain the good life that they have, and the political privileges that they have, and the status and honour that they have. And Jesus gives a very stinging rebuttal to them that is recorded in Matthew chapter 28. While saying that their doctrine is right, their heart is not right. But Jesus, both his doctrine and his heart are right. And so he says, "Therefore my Father loves me, because I lay down my life, that I may take it again." The challenge of being a Christian is to be prepared to lay down your life for the truth, and particularly for the people of God. But this is the first really clear statement that Jesus has given concerning the fact that he will lay down his life and take it again. He has frequently hinted at it, for example saying, "The bread that I shall give is my flesh, which I shall give for the life of the world." And again, "When you lift up the Son of Man, then you will know that I am he." But now he states it openly. "I lay down my life, that I may take it again." He said that those who believe in him would not taste death, but he will taste death for every man. Thinking about that phrase, I'm reminded of Stephen. Stephen was the first Christian who was martyred, and as they were throwing the stones at him, he saw heaven open and the Son of Man standing at the right hand of the Father. He didn't pass through death. He went immediately into the Father's presence. And this is the teaching that Paul gives us, that to be absent from the body is to be present with the Lord. In the Old Testament regime, the righteous were gathered together in Abraham's bosom in a place called paradise. And this is where Jesus went when he died. He declared so to the thief on the cross, "Today you will be with me in paradise." But Paul now reports that paradise is in heaven. So when a believer dies, we don't taste death. We don't taste any kind of torment or purgatory or any kind of suffering. We are immediately transferred into the presence of God in our spirit, our body lying in the ground until the Lord gives us a new body for us to dwell again on the earth. But Jesus will lay down his life so that he may take it again. He has power, he has authority to lay it down, and he has the power and authority to take it again. He raised the dead, but here he's saying, I have the power to give life even to my own body, and so I will lay down my life, and I will take up life again. So the summary of the whole situation is a division. For judgment I have come into the world, a division among the people because of what Jesus said. That division continues today. Some saying he is mad. Why listen to him? Don't waste your time thinking about Jesus and religion. It's the cause of all the troubles in the world. No, it's not. It's the rebellion against God that's the cause of the troubles in the world. These are not the words of one who has a demon. Can a demon open the eyes of the blind? Are you following a hireling shepherd or the true shepherd who gives his life for the sheep? The hireling shepherd won't help you when the wolf comes.